Psychology shows something most people never talk about. Childhood trauma doesn't just create pain. It quietly rewires how a person thinks, reacts, connects, and survives. And here's the part most people miss. Trauma survivors don't usually look broken. They look responsible. They look strong. They look like the ones who have it together. But underneath that strength are rare psychological traits shaped by early survival. These traits weren't chosen. They were built. And psychology consistently sees them in people who grew up with emotional pain, instability, or neglect. Here are 5 traits that quietly reveal what someone survived. First, they sense emotional shifts instantly. People with traumatic childhoods often read a room faster than anyone else. Psychology explains this as hypervigilance. When a child grows up in unpredictable or unsafe environments, their brain learns to scan for emotional danger. As adults, they notice tone changes, facial expressions, and energy shifts immediately. What others miss feels obvious to them. This isn't anxiety. This isn't weakness. This is a survival skill that never fully turned off. Their nervous system learned, if I stay aware, I stay safe. Second, they feel responsible for other people's emotions. Many trauma survivors feel a deep need to keep others calm, happy, or emotionally stable. Psychologists link this to early emotional role reversal. As children, they learned that managing someone else's emotions kept them safe. Maybe a parent's mood, a caregiver's stress, or a tense household. As adults, this turns into people-pleasing, emotional caretaking, and guilt when others are upset. They don't just care. They feel accountable. They feel like peace is their job. Third, they struggle to relax without feeling unsafe. For people with traumatic childhoods, calm can feel unfamiliar. Psychology shows that when chaos is normal early in life, the nervous system stays alert even in peaceful moments. Silence feels strange. Stability feels temporary. Relaxation feels undeserved. They may stay busy, distracted, or emotionally guarded. Not because they want stress, but because their body learned to survive it. When you grow up in chaos, peace can feel like the calm before something goes wrong. Fourth, they become extremely independent. Trauma often teaches one lesson early: rely on yourself. Psychologists call this defensive self-reliance. When support wasn't consistent, the brain adapted by minimizing needs. As adults, they struggle to ask for help. They handle problems alone. They feel uncomfortable depending on others. They pride themselves on being strong. But that strength wasn't born from confidence. It was born from necessity. Independence protected them once, but now it sometimes keeps them isolated. Fifth, they feel deep empathy, but hide their own pain. People with traumatic childhoods often understand suffering deeply. Psychology shows that experiencing pain early increases emotional awareness and empathy. They comfort others easily. They listen without judgment. They sense unspoken pain, but they rarely show their own struggles. They learned early that their emotions were inconvenient, ignored, or unsafe. So, they carry strength quietly. They support others while silently carrying their own weight. And here's the truth psychology makes very clear. Trauma doesn't just break people. It shapes rare emotional intelligence, resilience, and awareness. But survival traits shouldn't be mistaken for personality. What once protected you may now be exhausting you. Being hyper-aware isn't peace. Being independent isn't healing. Being strong all the time isn't safety. You don't need to stay in survival mode forever. You deserve safety without scanning. You deserve rest without guilt. You deserve softness without fear. You deserve support without earning it. Healing doesn't mean erasing your strength. It means learning that you no longer need it in the same way. So which of these traits felt personal? And which one are you ready to finally unlearn?